The following is a presentation of Patrick McSpare Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all stopping by on such short notice today, as today is Thursday, November 30th. It is an awesome day. Now, as most of you know, this week is the beta, the closed beta, I should say, for UFC 3. Now, I gotta give a huge shout out to EA Sports and the UFC and Zuffa for sending me a personal invitation to take part in this exclusive closed beta. I was able to take part in it last year. There's obviously some changes that were made to this year's beta, as this year we can now access the single player and all that stuff. So I figured I would take the opportunity to kind of give my opinion on the game. I told EA I'll take part in the beta, but as long as you all know, I'm going to be brutally honest about the game. And they said, go ahead, no problem. We want to know you all's opinions on this game. So UFC 3 will be due out on Friday, February 2nd. However, if you pre-order the Champions Edition, I do believe you can get 3 days early access beginning Tuesday, January 30th. I believe that's a great deal, and I really have to give a huge shout out to EA for copying the 2K method as they were doing for the WWE games. So UFC and EA figured, why not? We'll go ahead and copy the same method. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to smash that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Share this video on social media. I appreciate you all's love and support. And please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all's subscribing to the channel. Any video that you all view, I really take to heart, because it makes me feel great as a creator. I don't want to sound cocky, but it makes me feel good, whether it's 2 people watching it or whether it's 1 million people watching it. It doesn't matter. I'm out here to have a good time, make awesome videos, and I hope you can all share the same love and appreciation. So, without any further ado, let's hop into the EA Sports UFC 3 beta. So, for those of you who have probably been following the UFC since that super fight back in August between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, the UFC has gained even more notoriety, as we could say. Of course, you see here, you've got Ultimate Team, you can play online, practice mode, all that good stuff. We're going to hop into Exhibition right here. As most of you know, Conor McGregor is the cover athlete once again this year for UFC 3, and that is going to be the huge selling point of the game, in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and be Conor McGregor, and we're going to go up against Nate Diaz. These past 2 fights both of these men have been nothing but killer fights. So I figured, why the hell not? We'll go ahead and do an awesome third fight. So without any further ado, let's hop in to Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz for the UFC Lightweight Championship.
All right, coming up next, it's a lightweight championship fight between Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz. So here's the proud rep of the 209, Stockton, California's own, the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu fighter, Nate Diaz. Had a lot of big moments in the UFC, but of course none bigger than the submission win over Conor McGregor at UFC 196. And now the big paydays have started to follow, rightfully so, for a guy who has one of the bigger fan bases of anyone on this UFC roster.
This guy has devastating choking technique. If he can get a hold of your neck, he can close it off like very few in the world.
So this young fighter making the walk here tonight, and he's a very entertaining fighter. He's very adept at staying in the pocket while avoiding significant damage coming back. Certainly, he's made a career of frustrating opponents, stays relaxed in there, leans on the defense, and uses that defensive movement to set up his own offense. You'll see him move that head off of the center line, counter beautifully, really more of a counter striker offensively. But his defense will wow you, even when the opposition feels like they have him in range. More often than not, they miss and land less than 25% of their significant strike attempts.
This guy has outstanding defense, and having that type of skill, knowing that you can protect yourself and yet still land devastating blows of your own, it is a distinct advantage.
And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Diaz is 3 years his senior. He is 3 inches taller. He will have a 2-inch reach advantage. Once again, here is the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 20 wins, 11 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Stockton, California, USA, presenting the challenger, Nate Diaz! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 21 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious McGregor!
All right, this is for the championship. You've been giving your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it fair.
This has been one of the most
So one of the things you all should notice right away, if you don't, this year John Anik and Joe Rogan are doing the commentary, and you're going to notice a couple of gameplay changes. Ooh, man, Nate Diaz, you better chill on those kicks, man. One of the things you'll notice is that if you played EA Sports MMA, you'll recognize the damage system right away. It'll let you know how close your opponent is getting ready to be rocked. And one of the things you'll also notice, stamina will play a huge part this year in EA Sports UFC 3. Oh, Nate Diaz is rocked. Get your punk ass up, man. Stamina will play a huge part, which is good because now they won't just sit there and take punch after punch after punch. Once they start to get tired, that means they're very close to getting knocked out. And of course, vice versa if you're on the receiving end of it. Ooh, takedown. Now, not much has changed on the grappling side of things. That's remained pretty much the same. The submission system has pretty much remained the same. However, there is one new tweak to the submission system this year. If you do not like the analog stick control, this year you can go for a different submission system where you basically just repeatedly tap a button if you're the attacker or the defender. Get your punk ass up, Nate Diaz. You can repeatedly tap a button, but I tried that submission system out, and I didn't really care much for that submission system, so I just decided to stick with the analog stick. Punches and striking this year. One of the new things about blocking is that you can block, but you can only block for so long, and then once your block meter becomes empty, then you can't block for a certain amount of time. Striking distance this year matters, which means you have to come close to your opponent to be able to strike. Otherwise, you're just going to tire yourself out and run out of stamina. Which is good, because this year you can't really punch at free will like you're able to in the first two games. So that is something I take to pride very, very, very well. So this makes for a more realistic UFC experience, and I think for a better UFC experience. And blocking this year, there's a couple of changes to the blocking buttons. I don't know if you all noticed or not. In the past couple of years, it's been R1 for head and L1 for body. Well, this year for UFC 3, or at least for the beta, I don't know if they're going to change it up or not. Hopefully not, because I like this blocking system better. R2 is now to block head strikes. Nate Diaz is rocked again. Come on, boy. Yeah, 90 seconds left in the round. Come on, boy. Bring it. Bring it. But anyways, to block for body this year, you have to hold both R2 and L2, which is also another huge improvement. For the clinch this year, last year you were able to do R1 and then forward, I believe it was, or was it L1 or I don't really know. And of course you all know it's different on Xbox, so right trigger and all that good stuff. But anyways, L2 and up this year is how you clinch. So a little bit of minor changes as far as controls to change the experience, but also the good improvements like having to get close in striking distance to be able to hit your opponent. I think that's good. And I think what's also good is that everybody can't just spam a button and punch at free will. EA and EA Sports Canada, they really know how to make a good mixed martial arts games, which is a few of my complaints when I played a few of the THQ MMA games when they had the UFC license for a while, is that they didn't really know how to make a great MMA game. They just kind of, it's like a random person who didn't really have a degree in gaming kind of put it together. So, you know, the fact that EA and EA Canada take pride into making not only the UFC games, but also the NHL games as well, it really makes me proud. And another new thing this year, in any mode, whether it be Ultimate Team or Career Mode, anytime after a round, in the past it used to be you had to know your opponent's weaknesses and strengths to kind of get an idea of what you need to do for the next round. Well, this year, the generator will tell you what you're doing wrong, and you can make your adjustments accordingly. So that's also a great new feature. Come on, Nate Diaz. What you got? What you got, son? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing on the Notorious one, bitch. You ain't got nothing. Come on. You think you're gonna outpunch Conor
Well, he's
McGregor?
landed some excellent
You,
shots in this
you
fight
ain't
tonight, but
gonna
more often
do
than not, it
nothing.
has been one and
Come
done.
on,
So the
come on.
emphasis now moving forward.
I'm gonna use your head as a punching bag, son.
Punches and punches,
You ain't gonna
and
do
really
nothing.
try to force
Whoop! Oh!
The champ is in deep
Oh
danger
man,
right
I
now.
probably
He
shouldn't
is
say
desperately
talk a
trying to
whole
hang
bunch of
on.
smack. I almost got my ass kicked right there. Oh man, I am just really loving this beta. It's kind of a refresher of sorts. Uh-oh. You are, and it also gives you advice and make quick on fight adjustments. Okay, I like that idea. No. Damn it. That is not what I want right there. Nate Diaz has a good Gracie Jiu-Jitsu background, so if he gets me on the ground, I'm pretty much screwed. I need to get the fight standing up. Oh no!
He's definitely hurt.
Oh, don't want that. Come on, Nate Diaz, what you got? You ain't got me on the ground. You ain't got... Yeah, that's... See ya later, 99 Nate.
Yeah, Joe, a pinpoint strike to end this fight.
They got the billionaire strut in the game. That is so freaking awesome. Oh man, EA Canada, you all make me laugh too much. You all did a great job,
Let's see it again.
and you all are doing a
Tremendous
great
force,
job with the
and
beta
that's
so
a
far.
wrap.
This beta is awesome, and it is just truly
Great angles
amazing. Oh my God. Conor McGregor is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He's the man. He's the effing man,
And there he
man.
is, the undisputed
There you
UFC
see that
lightweight
good old
champion of the
billionaire
world. He's gonna
strut,
like the
man.
sound of that.
That is just
Knockout
awesome.
to win the belt here tonight.
With the
Bruce Buffer
official
has the
decision,
official
here's
decision.
Bruce Buffer.
Dean is called to stop this contest at 1 minute, 39 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor McGregor.
So there he is, all smiles, the still undisputed UFC lightweight
I don't
champion
know
of
if
the
you
world,
all
and
saw
what a way
that
to get
there,
it
but
done here
Nate
tonight as
Diaz's
he gets it
right
done with the
shoulder.
knockout. You talk about
Oh
maximizing
my
the
God,
showcase.
it was
I'm just not sure he
deflating.
could've
That
done it any
shouldn't be
better.
doing
Smart
that.
approach to the fight, and the
Oh
window of
man,
opportunity
that
opened.
is just
He
hilarious.
closed the
Conor
show.
McGregor
Congratulations to the team
victorious
as
in
they
the
celebrate
second
title defense
round
here tonight.
by knockout. 4 knockdowns, 54 out of 100 significant strikes. You know, if it would have gone to a decision, eventually Conor McGregor would have won that fight. So, here's my final verdict on this beta. Pretty damn awesome. I like the fact that you have to now be close within striking distance to actually land some combos and strikes and stuff on your opponent. You can't just sit there and punch at free will from any distance. To land strong strikes, there's one thing I did forget to tell y'all. Strong strikes this year has been split into 2 different parts. R1's now the strong modifier, while L1's the technical modifier. But anyways, I like the fact that they're kind of implementing what made the past 2 games so great and improving on it. Plus, they brought in some old features from EA Sports MMA, and you can now tell how close your opponent is to getting rocked. I think that's awesome. Stamina, like I said, is going to play a huge part. So now if you start to get tired, it is so easy to get rocked. And if you get rocked, you know, there's a good chance you're going to get knocked the hell out, man. I like that they kept the grappling controls mainly the same. I didn't like the new simple submission system, even though we didn't test it out here. I tested it out earlier. I didn't really like that simple submission system. I thought it was just a little bit repetitive. I didn't like how that was put together. So I'm going to stick to the analog stick submission system. I like that submission system a hell of a lot better. The blocking has changed a little bit, but that's minor. And same thing with the clenching. But overall, this beta is awesome. If they can just kind of keep this the same, I think we got a pretty damn good game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty damn good sports game for 2018. I can't wait to try out the career mode. Once again, a reminder, the EA Sports UFC 3 will be due out Friday, February 2nd, 2018. However, if you pre-order the Champions Edition, I believe, you will get 3 days early access beginning Tuesday, January 30th. So be sure to pre-order your copy. I'm going to make sure I pre-order myself a copy also. So this has pretty much been an awesome beta. I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and I can't wait for the final product to release in winter of next year in 2018, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, thank you all for stopping by for some UFC 3 gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some gameplay tips on how the controls work and all that good stuff. Be sure to smash that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can if you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to share this video on social media, and please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all's love and support as you all show on each and every video. For all of us at Patrick McSparron Productions, this is Patrick McSparron saying so long until next time, until we see you right back here inside the Octagon. This telecast is copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any use of this telecast, pictures, or descriptions without Patrick McSparron Productions' consent is prohibited. Be sure to subscribe to Patrick McSparron Productions for more exclusive content.